Want to have your clip featured in the Skyrim Clip of the Week? Simply record the clip on your Xbox and then send it to me via message. My gamertag is iRyeni, that's IRYENI, and then you can message it to me over Xbox and I'll be able to view it. I look forward to seeing the clips that you guys send me. Now moving on to the video. Hey, what's up guys, it's Ryan and welcome back to another episode of Modded Monday. We're on week number 151 now, guys. I've picked out 5 new mods for you guys to check out and perhaps add them to your load order if you find them interesting. So let's just jump straight into it. Starting off at our number 5 spot, we have the Hype 1 All-in-One Door Merge 1K mod. Now this is a complete overhaul of all of the doors in the game and how they actually function, and it's a merge of the following mods. We have the Epic Gate of Whiterun SE, the Fortified Animated Fort doors, as well as the Glorious Solitude door and the Solitude door Replacer. Then of course we have the Gorgeous Ruin doors, Magnificent Riften doors, as well as the Mistfell Keep door, and then it also moves on to Windhelm with the Marvelous Windhelm door and the Windhelm Gate, and then the Pompous Dragonreach door. Now this may seem like such a simple change, but the way that these doors look are actually phenomenal. Some of the fortified doors that are on the forts actually have locks on them now, and they have different animations for how they open, so yeah, it is a very small detail, but it's a detail that you would have never thought about, and it's definitely something that enhances these areas of the game and makes them feel more fortified. And the fact that this is an all-in-one mod makes it so much better because you don't want to have to go out searching for all these different door mods just for them to take up more of your space in your load order. Us Xbox players only have 150 mod slots, so we're not going to want to spend a lot of time focusing on door mods. That's where this all-in-one door merge mod comes in, and it just brings all these mods together so you don't have to go searching for them and using up more space in your load order. So that being said, I really like how these doors look. They're completely remastered and the animations are flawless, and that's definitely why this mod comes in at our number 5 spot, so I'd recommend downloading the Hype 1 All-in-One Door Merge 1K mod. Coming in at our number 4 spot, we have the Blade and Blunt Combat Overhaul. Now the mod page reads that Blade and Blunt is a streamlined combat overhaul designed to enhance Skyrim's difficulty and encourage active resource management. Unlike other combat overhauls, it does not seek to import mechanics from other games into Skyrim. Instead, it enhances the existing mechanics of Skyrim's combat and focuses on tightening the gameplay to allow for more player skill and RPG-like character development. The features of this mod include more aggressive and intelligent enemy AI, speed and reach tweaks for tighter gameplay, there's a heavy emphasis on resource management, it's almost entirely script-free so there's no impact on performance, and it's lightweight and compatible. The aim of the Blade and Blunt combat overhaul is not to nerf the player or make the combat experience hardcore. The overall goal is to actually encourage the player to interact with the mechanics, especially stamina-related mechanics, in new and refreshing ways. Enemies will be more aggressive and difficult with Blade and Blunt installed, but they will also play more strategically. Human enemies will block more often and bash you out of power attacks. Archers and mages will chase you down if you try to hide from them. Blade and Blunt also introduces some attack commitment to Skyrim. This means that the game will automatically reduce your ability to move and turn when you swing your weapon. If you're not used to a mechanic like this, it may feel a little sluggish at first, however enemies experience the same level of attack commitment. This change allows for precise control and fast dodging in combat. Overall, these combat changes aim to increase the difficulty in the game and actually have you think about the plays that you do during your battles, and that's actually very important because you don't want every fight to feel exactly the same. You don't want to have to take out all these enemies in the exact same way every single time. With this mod also being lightweight and compatible, it's a perfect mod to add to our load order, and that's definitely why it comes in at our number 4 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading the Blade and Blunt Combat Overhaul mod. Coming in at our number 3 spot, we have the Great City of Winterhold. Now the mod page reads that the first time you entered Winterhold, you probably thought that it was nothing more than a little village. When you advance through the story, you learn that Winterhold was once an epic city, but most of it fell into the sea after a massive event known as the Great Collapse. If you compare the lore to the city in game, it just doesn't seem right. Winterhold is an ancient place dating back to the First Era. It was founded by Shalador the Archmage, the same man who created the infamous Labyrinthian. Winterhold continued as a wealthy and prosperous city, rivaling Solitude in strength and power. It was even the capital of Skyrim during the reign of Borgus in the First Era. Winterhold has seen better days though. The Winterhold we see today is just a shadow of its former glory, and it all ended with the Great Collapse. Most of the city just fell, being swallowed by the sea. Now the only reason the city still exists is because of the college, although most of the Nords blame the college for the Great Collapse. This is more of an exterior overhaul to Winterhold, so most of the interiors have been left largely the same with only the walls, floor, and roof changed. And as you can see as I'm walking around the city, it actually looks more believable that the Great Collapse actually happened, because in the original Winterhold, we just saw a bunch of burned down buildings and destroyed buildings. There wasn't actually any buildings like built into the collapse or built into the edge where the collapse actually happened. I'm glad that someone actually put a lot of time and effort into Winterhold, because they are exactly right whenever they say in the original game of Skyrim, whenever you first enter Winterhold, it's very disappointing of a city. This mod changes that and gives it a little bit more of a rebuild and actually makes it so the Great Collapse looks believable that it actually happened here. And it's these little bits and pieces of lore as well as an overhaul of the main city that will make me want to visit Winterhold more often and not just ignore it and go to the college. So that's definitely why this mod comes in at our number 3 spot, so I'd recommend downloading the great city of Winterhold. Coming in at our number 2 spot, we have the Dark Ages Immersive Dragon AI and Combat mod. Now the mod page reads that this dragon overhaul seeks to add a bit of zest into the dragons of Skyrim. There are several parts to this mod, and the best part is that you have control over the customizing. Now vanilla dragons are already slightly tougher than in the base game. Their damages were increased by 2% and defenses were given a 5% bonus, and now they have more abilities. You can determine how much extra damage dragons do and how much more their resistances are, and now you can turn off and on random dragon attacks. Dragon attacks will now only happen every 6 days instead of 3, which really helps on performance, and dragons want to have more than one level to them. You will find fledglings, blood dragons, mature dragons, elder dragons, ancient, revered, and legendary dragons. Sometimes you'll see a legendary dragon just pop into Skyrim, sometimes a fledgling is found wandering areas. You never know what you're going to get because life is random. This is to increase your realism, immersion, and fantasy all at once, and each of these set of dragons have special shouts and abilities. These dragons are also very unique, so you won't always know if they are fire, frost, or elemental dragons, and they come in many different colors as well, so always be on your guard. You're able to tweak the settings of this mod by using the dragon control ability in your power and shout menu. Everything about it is pretty much perfect whenever it comes to altering the dragon AI, and being able to customize it is also one of the best parts about this mod, being able to customize how many dragon attacks that you can find, and even turning off the random dragon attacks, which is very useful for recording. This mod just has everything whenever it comes to altering the dragons. This mod is also small, being 214.24 kilobytes, and it's very compatible with other dragon overhauls, so why wouldn't you want a mod like this? And that's definitely why this mod comes in at our number 2 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading the Dark Ages Immersive Dragon AI and Combat mod. Coming in at our number 1 spot, we have a player home called the Archmage Retreat. Now the mod page reads that I was very disappointed in the living quarters whenever I first became the Archmage, so in my last playthrough I made something a little bit more appropriate for my character. A new player home in the style of an Archmage quarters, but at a different and remote location. Note that this mod does not replace or edit the existing Archmage quarters in any way. It simply provides an option for those not happy with the vanilla quarters. The requirements in order to obtain this player home is you must be the Archmage, and also talk to Rain and Warwick in the College Arcanium, have 30,000 septims in your pocket, and you must wait at least 10 days to have the house fully built. This house mod is also very safe and compatible with other mods because all of the new cells are made from scratch, so there's no duping of existing cells. Now I really like this house mod because I myself also didn't like the original Archmage quarters that is in the College of Winterhold. I would have preferred more of a remote location that is not in the school. So as you can see, this Archmage Retreat is way better than the original Archmage's quarters, and I feel like this is a brilliant house mod because you also have to pay for it and become Archmage before you can even obtain it. The mod itself is also small, coming in at 1.55 megabytes, so it'll fit in your load order perfectly. So if you are a mage and don't feel fully rewarded whenever you get the Archmage's quarters, then the Archmage Retreat is definitely a mod to check out, and that's definitely why it comes in at our number 1 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading it and giving it a try for yourself. So that's pretty much it for this week's episode of the top 5 Skyrim mods of the week. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you left a like and subscribe if you're new. It really helps me out a lot. And if you have any suggestions for mods you'd like me to cover in future top 5 mod episodes, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, or you can follow me on Twitter. I'll be sure to leave my Twitter in the description, and you guys can follow me on there and leave me suggestions there as well. Special shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys have done for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will talk to you guys later.